I'm Morten Hilmer and I'm out to do landscape photography today. I'm also going to update you on my crow Bertram and why you haven't seen him in some of the recent videos. But let's see what happens. If I manage to capture anything beautiful today, maybe I'll see some animals, who knows. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or something other nice and join me on this little adventure. There's no wind, it's minus 4 degrees Celsius, and I hope to be able to make some nice landscape photographs. Just one decent landscape photo, because in my archive I have so much like birds, mammals, but landscapes, no. I think it's so difficult with the landscape photos because, you know, when you have a fox or a badger or a bird, you kind of focus on that thing and then you disappear into your camera and, you know, like this is the one I photograph or these are the one I'm photographing and they're looking for behavior and things like that. But with the landscape, I walk here through beautiful landscapes and it's like all around me. And then the challenge is to not only figure out where is the beauty and like what little section is nice, but also like how can I make this, like how can I transform this 3D world into a two-dimensional media and just basically have a photo that I can print and put on my wall that kind of reminds me of the feeling of being out here. So for me it's not so much about this is beautiful, it's more about like the feelings and the you know, when you're walking out on a day like this and you have this, you can feel the frost in your nostrils and you have the coffee in your bag and it's just everything is so minimalistic and nice and you have this good feeling of, oh, I could spend like a week out here. Like, make a photo and put that on your wall, and then when you look at the photo you're reminded of the feelings you had and all this goodness out here. That is the challenge, I think, for me. It's not so hard to make a beautiful photo, but to get all this into a photo, I have to keep on trying. That looks really nice. So soft grass. Oh, look. It's definitely a track or a path, or what you say, from the deer. Just want to walk here for, I don't know, 5 minutes along the track. See if I see some fresh shit from the road here. And then I don't think this grass will run anywhere while I'm doing this. Oh, it would be so nice to photograph a roe deer or a fallow deer or something in this like ice covered landscape or snow crystal covered landscape. Yeah, I can see in the moss that there are marks after footprints or paw prints, or what you say, with the deer. Let's just go up there on one of the hills with the binoculars. That hill up there. So, to the top to do some scouting. Just see if we can see anything. No deer to see, but I know they are there. But back to landscape photography, and this is actually really beautiful. So look, these are definitely paw prints from the fox. And there are also tracks from the roe deer. Okay, look at this. Oh, I would love to photograph the fox in this yellow grass where you have all the white frost. That would be a dream. And you can see how it has used this path down here, like there. I'm just going to check a little further on. Oh, this is nice. I love this small forest here. It's just so... I feel the landscape is so like changing all the time, and small trees, the heather, the small hills, and then here you can see underneath the trees the frost has not been, because the trees are offered some protection from like the heat disappearing. So, and then the moment you get to the open, then you have the frost. Look at this contrast. And then you come to the open and we have the frost. Okay, enough with following tracks and looking for deer and foxes. Now we go concentrated landscape photography. I just needed to have a look, a short little look. There's my camera up there. Imagine if I found the fox or a deer or something came and my camera was up there. Wouldn't that just be typical? A typical day doing wildlife photography, or I mean landscape photography. That would be having your camera a place where you couldn't get to it because you've been faffing around looking for tracks. Let's get up there. Whew. Just want to give you a short update before we go and while I eat on the craw. Bertram, my little friend. It was a quite short friendship because a few months ago, suddenly one morning he didn't show up anymore. I had him outside the farm, and he had his cage that was never closed, so he could fly in and out. And every single day in the morning around 8 o'clock, he would come and find me by looking in the windows, and then tick, 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 tick. And I came out and played with him and gave him a snack. And then he came into the living room and I went out to play with him. And it was like that every single day. It was getting to the point where when I was walking with Björn, he would follow us and just be on the ground or in a tree. And when I called him and did like so, he would fly to my arm, jump to my shoulder and have a snack or show me something he has found. And I mean, every time he saw me when I came in the car, he would fly down, land on my arm and do things with his beak, like to show he was happy to see me, and everything was just nice. And then suddenly one morning he didn't come, and I thought, okay, maybe he is doing something else or he had found a friend or something, but I just did not see him after that day, and that's kind of weird. And I think it's either that was 2 days after the hunting season started, so either he has been shot or he has been driven over by a car, hit by a car. But I've looked and called and no craw, and that's like a couple of months ago now. So it's really, really sad. And I know people are shooting craws, and some of the hunters think it's really nice to shoot the craws of I don't know what reason, because they don't eat them. And 100% sure, if Bertram, the little craw, would see a man sitting somewhere, he's so curious. I know he would fly down, keep a distance of 3-4 meters from the person, and then he would start to be curious and jump around and stuff like that. And because he did that with my neighbor, he did that with other people that came around near the farm. And yeah, I don't know. So yeah, it's such a shame. I really, really, really hope that he just found a girlfriend or something, or a boyfriend, and then flew off with them. But yeah. They look fresh from the road here. Holy smoke. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't have my coffee cup in my hand. I got a shock. I didn't even see what it was. It was sitting down here. Holy smoke. I can't remember when I used my macro lens the last time, but one thing is for sure, it's really, really nice to sit here with a heather and just like entering another world. It is basically like that. Once you start to move really, really close, like everything just becomes like a little fairy tale. And yeah. This is completely fresh. And I thought it was a fox den, but it looked like it was a dead end. It has just been digging, but yeah, no hole there. It just ended. We are in December now, and it is in December and January that the red foxes are mating. And on a quiet night, when I'm on my terrace outside the farm, I can hear these. It sounds horrible, like scary. Their scream, their mating scream. It's more like so, like ah, ah, just very high. A lady could probably make the sound, but I can't. But that is the sound of them because they're in the mating season, and that also means like probably already now. And in January, February, the females will look for dens, like either they take a den from last year, or they find a suitable den, or they dig out a new one. And I suspect that this fresh digging was because of that. So besides doing landscape, nothing. So besides doing some landscape photography, I'm also looking for these kind of things at this time of the year, because if I can find a den that is fresh, I know it's going to be used, and that gives me an advantage when it comes to photographing foxes in the spring. But yeah, just want to walk around here, see if there are beautiful landscapes or fox dens, and then see what we can get. Oh, look! Right there. I don't think there's sand enough to be like a proper den, but there is definitely something. A fox has definitely been digging, and it has been here like today, because look at this track. That is definitely completely fresh. So there are foxes here. Good choice, fox. No fresh fox den. And now it's time to get over the fields and home to the farm. And my last chance today is that there will be some deer standing out in the open, because I just have enough light now to still photograph. What a day, actually. It's so short. I feel I've just like left the farm and now it's already getting dark again. But at least I got a few good photos, I think, of the landscapes and the heather with the macro lens. And even if I don't get anything more, I'm quite happy for what I got today. But if I could get a deer, if I could get something on the field. Oh, now it's because it's getting dark, then you think everything looks like a deer. But yeah, let's see if we're lucky. There's a deer. On the field, about 300 meters from me, and I don't know if it's still there, but we'll see. on the limit to what's possible. It's really dark now. This is really difficult because it's standing in the shade of the forest. If it could just walk 25 meters forward, then it will come out on this grass where it's frozen and there will be a little more light. I'm trying with a too slow shutter speed just to get the ISO down because everything is in shadow, and I know it doesn't matter for me to use high ISO if there is like bright colors, but I know if it's everything is in shadow and there's very little light, then the high ISO might be a problem. But what a day, what a day. The deer just walked into the forest. I'm sure it didn't see me, so now I have a good location. I'm going to pack my stuff, put some light on, and then time to head home to the farm. But first, a cup of coffee. Let's get back to the gear. That was nice. Now I can see a little bit again. It gets dark so fast. Let's get the things in and pour a cup of coffee and round off the day. I don't know what to say in English. What a day, what a day. Starting out with some landscape photography kind of, and then some close-up photography, looking for fox dens, and now ending up with this beautiful fallow deer male just before closing time. And it was really challenging with this one. I'm looking so much forward to seeing the photos because he was in the shadow with this woodland forest behind the trees, and the details were so subtle and the contrast was so low. So I knew if I would go up to an ISO 6400 or higher, I knew that all this would just kind of melt together and I'll lose that beauty of the dark forest. So I decided to take a chance, and it'll be a hit or miss. I photographed all the way down to a fifth of a second and then just took a lot of photos, just hoping that one of them will be sharp, but I will see when I get home. It just got dark like this. And but I mean, rather get out and have a few hours than not getting out. And I actually think I got a few good photos today, but we'll see. Until next time, take care, and I hope you enjoyed being with me on this little photo trip. See you out there.